Deep Springs College is quite possibly the most unusual school in America. In fact, it's one of the most selective and innovative colleges in the world. It's isolated in a high desert valley near the California-Nevada state line, an hour's drive from the nearest town. The remote setting lends itself not only to education, but to cattle ranching. In fact, Deep Springs College is set on a working cattle ranch, much like others in the West. L. Jackson Newell is the president of Deep Springs.
Deep Springs is a traditional and in many respects Great Basin cattle operation at about the minimal size that is economically viable. We have 300 head of cattle here, and it brings in an income each year of between $70,000 and $100,000, which is a major help to the college budget. But the fact is that the educational experience that's provided these students, not just the agriculture, but all of the practical things that go along with doing it, is one of the things that makes Deep Springs what it is.
The college was founded in 1917 by Lucian L. Nunn, a self-made millionaire who pioneered the use of hydroelectric generators around the turn of the century. Nunn chose the remote valley to isolate students from influences he considered detrimental to their development. Even today, the value of isolation remains. Mahir Kursagar is from Bombay, India. He's completing his second year at Deep Springs and will attend Harvard in the fall.
I think that the isolation allows you to sort of examine things close up and stay with them all the time. So that you can't sort of give up and go back home and not think about things. It's always there, it's always present, you always got to think about it. So that's the value, I think, yeah.
The 24 students who comprise the all-male student body of Deep Springs are among the brightest in the nation. The entire student body receives a full scholarship covering tuition, room, and board. They are expected to contribute 20 hours per week to the school's labor programs, a vital component of the Deep Springs experience. By compelling students to confront practical problems, the program instills discipline, self-reliance, and an awareness of their responsibility to the community. Andre Husni is a first-year student from Beirut, Lebanon.
I'd never really been in a learning environment with people who were so excited and enthusiastic about it that they wanted as much as they could get out of it, even when they were taxed to the fullest and were going to bed at 2 in the morning and waking up very early to go swath a field or bale it, and just taxed in many other ways, still wanting more reading and more papers to write.
Deep Springs is a fully accredited liberal arts school offering a 2-year degree. After Deep Springs, the students transfer to other schools like Cornell, Harvard, and Yale to complete their undergraduate studies. Nat Birdsall is completing his second year at Deep Springs and will attend Yale in the fall. In addition to serving as the president of the student body, he's also in charge of the Deep Springs Dairy.
I'm responsible for the dairy, I'm responsible for the cow's health, responsible for running a sanitary operation and for making sure the milk is safe. And there really isn't anybody checking up on me on a day-to-day basis. I just sort of milk in silence for a couple hours. It's a really rare job.
The entire spectrum of high to low has to be replaced by another sort of logical spectrum that is pretty constant.
Deep Springs allows each student maximum freedom to pursue his interests in a rigorous academic environment. The curriculum combines introductory courses like graphic arts and calculus with specialized courses including neurophysiology and wilderness literature. The discussion-based classes typically have 4 to 8 students.
It seems like it was just more or less taken for granted that building this really massive dam is a positive thing.
One of the classes offered is an American history class that focuses on water in the arid West. Since Deep Springs generates its own hydroelectric power from neighboring Wyman Creek, the 50,000-acre desert campus serves as a living laboratory for the class. Ross Peterson is the instructor.
It's you know, a microcosm of a larger world, but you take the West and you see out, you know, the few green acres that we irrigate here, and know that if you had enough water, you could irrigate a lot more. But it's a working lab for them, and I think the students understand that pretty well.
If you are going to yield the floor to someone, that person should speak less than you spoke.
One of the most unusual aspects of Deep Springs is self-governance. At weekly meetings, the student body grapples with a wide range of issues, everything from school alcohol and isolation policies to coeducation. While some issues are peripheral, others can be of great consequence. To a large degree, the students shape their own educational experiences.
Okay, we'll work this out.
Well, if Deep Springs, I think, in this era demonstrates anything, it's that if you give students extraordinary responsibility, they will show extraordinary initiative and act responsibly. So students at Deep Springs are given opportunities to participate in a major way in selecting the faculty who teach them, in selecting the curriculum that will be taught, in choosing the students who will succeed them the following years at the college, and they take these responsibilities with great seriousness.
Deep Springs founder L.L. Nunn encouraged students to listen to the voice of the desert and receive from it enthusiasm and inspiration. 80 years later, the college continues to provide an intense personal and intellectual challenge not found in other academic institutions. For Market to Market, I'm John Nichols.